Oi, oi. Welcome to the Dritz Dresden Gaming Channel. I am Ski Nerd, and that is Derv Derp, and we are here to review the first 3 episodes of Yakuza, or not Yakuza, Enter the Dragon.
And
Wait, no, what is it called?
Like a Dragon.
Like a Dragon.
And for those that are fans of Yakuza, you'll know Kiryu-chan.
I have no idea what that is. Because obviously I haven't played all the games like this maniac has.
Like a Dragon. And for those that are fans of Yakuza,
So, yeah.
you'll know Kiryu-chan. Oops, I forgot to mute this.
There you go. Yeah, we just finished watching the third one. We watched the first two
On our own.
earlier today, and I guess we're gonna get into it right meow.
We're gonna try a new setup for our reviews. Try to make it shorter, especially since we're doing 3 episodes.
Oh yeah.
Format we're gonna for sure try to bring to our movie reviews to try to cut them down to at least half hour.
Yeah. So let's talk about the characters first.
In the first episode, we are introduced to the main four.
All I remember is Kazuma, and that's it.
Kazumu Kiryu, played by Ryoma Takeuchi. Akira Nishikiyama, however, I don't remember how to pronounce it, because I just remember him mainly being called Nishiki. Played by Kento Kaku. And Yumi Sawamura, played by Yumi Kawai. And Miho Nishikiyama, played by Hinano Nakayama.
Okay.
They're kind of the four central characters to at least the the past part.
Yeah. It was kind of confusing, like who's who, because they kind of dip back and forth in the story between 1995 and 2005, and there's also in like 1989 when they're kids. And I have no idea how old they are. They're just young adults, adults, and children.
I believe that they're like around 18 in 1995 because they're
Oh,
just being released from the orphanage.
oh, okay, cool. Now I know, knowing it's
Uh,
half the battle.
I believe that's their age at least.
Well, why can't I hear that in the background? Okay, I know we have a different format, but we should talk about the opening scene first.
Yep.
Um, it's pretty much a heist at an arcade, and it's very actionable. And you have a bunch of random people. You don't know who they are, but they're all doing things. One guy's dressed as a security guard. Another guy is on a motorcycle.
With his own biker gang.
Oh, that was his own gang.
No, he was like a part of it.
Oh,
Because there's a random biker gang going throughout Cameroon.
oh, okay. I thought they said the fake biker gang or something like that. They mentioned that, right?
Or yeah, but it was still a gang or people
Oh,
on bikes.
oh, okay. And then you had the two girls, the one playing an arcade and the one being the lookout. And they are there. They basically they pull a fire alarm. There's like the security guards like, oh my god, there's smoke and stuff. Everybody run out. So everybody runs out. The water starts going, and then they put money in this container. It looks like a rice cooker. Uh, and as the guy is trying to open the door and find the money, the guy's security guard, someone has to swipe the key, gets that. Uh, then a guy with a shotgun comes behind the guy trying to open in the door, and he starts shooting him. And they're like, "Oh my god, he's shooting at me! Oh my god, what do we do?" And they all are able to escape somehow, but it's very chaotic and it's very actiony. And they're able to escape the money, and they're like, "Oh, we're supposed to leave. Though we're supposed to leave on the bus." And then everybody's eating pancakes because they're stupid and they don't leave their residency. Um, and then it's very bright. It's very colorful. It's a very good introduction to the characters. Even though you don't know who the hell they are, but they come home and they're like, "Yay! Now we can finally leave this stupid orphanage." Uh, and like the dad or the orphanage dad
The caretaker.
caretaker, he's there. He can hear them. He's just like, "Huh, what's happening?" And all of a sudden, a bunch. Uh, Kazuma is ready to go to the bus, and he talks to these girls, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And they're like, "We're eating dinosaur pancakes." And he he's like, "Wait, what?" And then he sees like everybody eating pancakes and not having left, and they should have left, but they didn't because they're dumb. Uh, and then these gangsters come and they're about to, they're beating him up and they're about to kill him. And the caretaker comes and he's just like, "Hey, what are you guys doing? Stop this!" And they're like, "Oh my god!" And they recognize him, and the children realize, oh, this guy's our caretaker this whole time. We used to be a Yakuza person. Okay, well that changes up everything, and then they get summoned by the boss, and they go, and he's like, everybody owes me 25 million yen, otherwise, uh, and so the two boys will have to go on
Go
tuna
work
boats
on the tuna boat.
5 years, and then the girls can go be prostitutes.
Yeah, what they call, especially in the games, soapland,
Soapland, yes.
which is basically a brothel.
Brothel. Aren't brothels fun, kids? Yes, they are. Well, ask your parents. Um, and that's kind of the introduction. Kazuma, no, it's Kazuma.
Kiryu Kazuma.
Kazuma. He, as soon as he learns he has to go on a fishing boat, he starts begging they get their quote unquote last meal. He starts begging the boss to say, hey, I want to fight for you. I want to get a dragon tattoo on my back, become the dragon. Because when he was a child, he saw some fights at this arena when he probably shouldn't have been there. So I blame poor parenting, or in this case, no parents.
And and the dragon in the Yakuza is like a legendary fighter that
Oh,
uh that's they kind of explained it like a ferocious fighter.
cool. All right, so in this first episode, my favorite scene was the opening scene. That was pretty sweet. Another scene that was really good is they accept the two girls and the one kid, uh, and the one kid doesn't get one of the kids doesn't get accepted.
Yeah, Nishiki does not get accepted.
And he tries to cut off his own finger to because he wants to join the Yakuza rather than work on a
Tuna boat. And as you know, if you know Yakuza lore, or not lore, but culture, if you betray or do anything to dishonor your clan, they cut off your pinky finger as first punishment. So that's why.
Hmm. That's why he's doing it.
And we also see their caretaker after meeting with the head without a pinky finger as well.
Yeah, because he takes the blame for his kid's action, even though he had nothing to do with it. So yeah.
My I probably have two favorite scenes in the first episode. Uh, when Kiryu is fighting in the ring.
Oh yeah, that was good too.
Just the whole fact that like he's thinking, oh, I should fight like a boxer because I'm fighting a boxer. And then just the whole realization of you're in the Yakuza, you shouldn't fight clean. And then you just see him basically beat the crap out of the guy.
Yeah, he loses the first round, and then his foster dad gives him advice
To not fight clean.
Yeah, and then he bashes him in the head.
He literally spits blood in his face.
There's blood everywhere, and they both fall to the ground. They get a double KO, and the boss is like, this guy's pretty cool. I'm going to invite him into the clan. And he does that.
And my second favorite scene would probably be the other fight scene uh, when he's in 2005, or we didn't even get to the part about 2005, because we should
That's
have.
okay. We're going out of order. This is new territory for
us. Because the whole main part of the first episode of 2005, because it kind of goes back and forth, is Kiryu was in jail for 10 years and he's just getting out. And what first thing he does, or as he's leaving, first of all, the cops are assholes, saying like, "Oh, you'll be back."
Yeah, because he's a hardened criminal.
And then he's met with the the Dojima clan to bring him home, and he just beats the living crap out of him.
Yeah, these guys wanted to offer him a ride, and he was very rude, and he beat him up. Why? Because
He
I'm sure.
doesn't.
I'm sure they're gonna like beat him up and torture him. At least they thought they were. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, this guy's been has been I." You go after a guy who's been in the slammer for 10 years, who has nothing to do but work on his push-ups. You think you can beat him? Are you serious? No, you're stupid.
And the thing that made me like so much about that fight is like you can just see him go into like stone faced game mode, like video game mode, like
Oh,
no emotion when he's fighting.
yeah, because these guys are nothing to him. They're nothing. They're scum. They don't know anything.
And yeah, that was
That was that. So he actually is getting let out of prison earlier because the cops want him to stop potential war from breaking out between some of the clans. There was like some robbery
where
or something.
100 million yen is stolen from the Tojo clan.
No, it was
Or
10 billion.
10 billion is
10 billion with a B.
stolen from the Tojo clan, which we can go a little into er, the Yakuza clan politics is pretty complicated, but the main two that you need to know at least for the first 3 episodes is the Tojo clan and the Omi alliance. And
Mm.
Kazuya or Kiryu is a member of the Tojo clan. Or the Dojima clan, which is a subsidiary of the Tojo clan.
Okay.
It,
So they're
it
part of the Tojo clan, and the police are trying to stop a war between the Omi clan and the Tojo clan. Is that
the
right?
Omi alliance and the
Omi
Tojo.
alliance and the Tojo clan.
That is
Wow.
where we're also at that point introduced to the cop Date, Makoto Date, played by Subaru Shibutani. Which he's one of my favorite characters from the games, and so far the actor's a little
Yeah. Oh, also by the way, the dubbing. Don't watch it in
yeah.
English. It's the dubbing is terrible. You gotta watch it in Japanese with subtitles.
It was essentially like an old '90s Japanese movie style dubbing. It was that bad.
Yeah.
Because we watched a little bit of the third episode and dubbed well until we finally decided let's change it.
Yeah.
And there's a scene with a little girl where
Are you saying you watched the first 2 episodes dubbed?
yeah,
Oh God.
where
Why? Why would you torture yourself like that?
where
Ugh.
it's showing a little girl and she's somehow talking, but her mouth isn't even moving.
Yeah, it's really creepy. By the way, it's that would be a cool horror movie like villain, like a girl who's
Unless
badly dubbed.
unless if she's playing as a 6-year-old girl that is a really good ventriloquist.
Oh yeah, ventriloquist. Yeah, that's it.
With
That's
no
what it is.
dummy, where she can just throw her voices at anything.
Yeah, right. Bad dubbing. That's my superpower. um, all right. So was that the end of episode one?
Pretty much.
All right. So the end. It was just introducing the characters, pretty much.
Really good start, in my opinion.
Oh, and then like the older sister was caught on camera. I think that's what it
Yeah.
was, stealing the 10 billion yen, and then it introduces.
We didn't even mention uh,
Hmm?
Yumi has a older sister named Aiko. who is kind of who left the orphanage, and it's kind of her mission in 1995 and 2005 to try to find her. Because we didn't even mention Aiko.
Wait, was Aiko part of the original
No,
four?
no.
No? Oh.
Aiko,
That's such a different character
yeah,
entirely.
yeah.
Oh. Okay, well, that makes sense then.
Because Aiko was was long gone from the orphanage before 1995.
Oh, well, that was definitely explained very well. No wonder they gave it a 4 out of 10. um, yeah, so that's like the main story is like there's this mystery of like, you know, the older sister in the original 4 is stole money from the Omi
The Omi Alliance.
Omi Alliance, and they um, she's like cutting her hair. We see, and she's being chased down. People are looking for them, and that's why Kazuma's let out of jail. But anyways, episode 2 focuses. See, I'm trying to think of what best scenes were in the episode 2. Like we're introduced to the the kid who was about to cut off his finger.
Yep.
He is like in charge of the what do they call it? Dojiro clan. Dojima clan. And it's like you could see his transformation of like him being like a bumbling idiot who was rejected by the Yakuza to being in this giant ass building and being in charge of everything, going, oh wait, how did that happen? Oh my god, because we knew the fighter was going to be a fighter, and then the two girls, the younger girl is like the brothel head mistress or something like that. She's like in charge of a lot of things, and then the other sister,
Mio.
We find out she has a kid actually.
No, that's Aiko.
That's Aiko?
Yep.
Oh.
Because that's Yumi's sister.
Okay, so of the original 4, when we're talking about the older sister, I'm thinking of the older one of the 2.
That'd be Yumi, yep.
Yumi.
But yeah.
So Yumi of those 2 is the one that's in charge of the brothel, or was it the younger one?
Yeah, she's in charge of the brothel.
Then what do we know where the younger one is?
No, not to my knowledge.
Okay.
We haven't seen her yet.
That is very confusing.
We've seen in 2005 we've seen Kiryu, Nishiki, and Yumi and Aiko. I believe we haven't seen Miho yet.
Okay, because I thought it was the younger one looking for the older one, and the older one left and stole something. So that was very confusing. They could have done a better job with the names. I'm really bad with names to begin with, but when you introduce those 4 at the beginning and not really mention like, oh, there's another girl, whatever. Even if it was like briefly described, that just confuses the crap out of me, and I don't like that. I guess it's one of those things where you have to be a fan of the show to understand the character things. Because I would have, if we didn't discuss this here, I would have assumed that older girl with the kid we find out.
It was Miho.
Yeah.
It also doesn't help that Aiko in 2005 has a very similar hairstyle compared to what Miho had in 1995.
Yeah, that doesn't help either. One's taller than the other, so. Alright, well, that's the thing. Let's see, best scenes. Probably when we're introduced to, what's her name, Miho?
Yep.
The girl with the daughter.
Aiko.
Oh, Aiko. Then wait, who's Miho then?
We haven't seen Miho in 2005 yet. We just went through this.
Oh, okay. whatever. That's my bad. Anyways, so that scene when she's being the little girl's in there and the mom's like, "Hey, don't do anything bad," and then immediately and she's like she turns to this guy who's working at this like manga store or whatever.
It's like a kind of like a convenience store.
Oh, a convenience store. Okay.
It
Talks
didn't
to the
say the name, but I assume it was like a convenience store.
yeah. So she talks. She says, "Hey, look after my daughter. I'll be right back in 2 seconds." And he literally says the exact same thing the mom said. Oh, don't be a bad girl. And the little girl is just like pouting, just like he's like, you're just a weak man for just saying the exact thing my mom just said.
By the way,
This girl was like 6.
yeah, this is Haruka. Is her name?
The girl.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Haruka. She's kind of a badass because she goes and hides while these masked men, these customers walk in, and they're just like, "Where's that girl?" Not Miho, the other one.
Aiko.
Aiko. Where's Aiko? Where is she? And the guy's like, I don't know. Because he's, as the daughter said, he's a weak man. And so he's not able to withstand these Omi clan people with the masks on. And he dies really quickly, along with a bunch of other people randomly because they just happen to be there. And then the little girl runs into the bathroom. She's hiding from all these sounds that are happening. She hears screams, just normal things that you would hear in a manga cafe. And this creepy person comes into the women's bathroom, or maybe it's the men's bathroom. I don't know, but we see like
We didn't see any urinals, so I assume it was women.
it was probably the women's bathroom. And we see a guy climbing up and looking over, and she's hiding behind her pet bunny, and we see Kazuma. Wait, did I say that right?
Yep.
I said it right. Hey, that's a win for me. And he's there, and he rescues her, and there's like gas. They released like gas, I guess, and they make it out, and the building explodes, and the mom, was
Aiko.
Aiko, she sees the explosion and she freaks out. She's like, "Oh no, my daughter!" And she just like kind of runs away. And um, then this is where this is where we get to the scene where Kazu- Kazuma brings the daughter back to.
Oh, that's the
the
third
owner's-
episode.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh, that's right. What else happened in this episode? I'm trying to remember.
They go to back in 1995. They go to a meeting of the
Oh, this is where like they
Yep.
inducted into the Yakuza
Yep.
itself. They didn't say how much time passed, but I assume it was like a year. I guess, maybe, I don't know. But they were able to get their own really cheap place to live, and they all like were living there at the same time, and they were doing their Yakuza stuff, and the girls were doing their brothel stuff.
working at I forget the name of the club.
Oh, some ritzy club where you
Club
could
Serena. That's it.
Club Serena, I knew that, and no, I didn't. Um,
It it is mentioned quite a bit in the Yakuza games.
okay. Then what else happens?
We forgot to mention the whole the the main plot of the episode, which was with the I can't remember the character's name.
Can you describe said character?
The guy with the American wife.
Oh, right. There was the boss of the Daijimo, was it? The
Dojima clan.
Dojima clan. He his goal, he wants to build a giant ass building to.
That's everything. It's called the Millennium Tower, which is also staple in the Yakuza series. Uh,
Yes, what this guy said.
it's business, or it's a mall, it's everything. Businesses, and essentially, at one point, becomes like the main headquarters of the Yakuza. I think in like the 2005 era, even.
Hmm. But we're introduced to him trying to get people to invest in his tower idea, and one of the things they had to do was like clear out a bunch of like houses or residential places or other businesses that are already there in order to make this giant building. And there's like an American who is there, and they're talking in English, and then it goes to Japanese, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are dumb, dirty apes. You can't even do a proper business plan," and basically insulting them in their own language. And then he's like, "Oh, excuse me, please." And this American talks to the orphanage dad or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, you just rejected the Yakuza. Are you insane? Like, why would you do that?" He's like, "Oh, don't worry, I got backup plans." And his sister comes back from school, I guess. Excuse me. And he's like, "Oh, I got an early birthday present for you." And he hands her this necklace, and we learn, like in 2 seconds, that it is a stamp required for the deed to uh, his businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And was he? So I would assume that this American had a bunch of businesses in this place that the
The,
Dojima clan
yep,
boss wanted.
the Millennium Tower.
Okay, and that's then our two new Yakuza guys are tasked with getting. Actually, they get put under the wings of another guy. I don't remember his name,
Uh,
but some creepy guy. They're waxing his car, and he offers them ice cream.
he's actually a really nice guy compared compared to
Hmm.
like usual Yakuza.
Hmm. Awesome. And anyways,
But
yeah, they give him ice cream and stuff like that. But they come up with a plan to get this stamp, and they break into this American's office, and they crack the safe. They get in, and they find a bunch of deeds, and they find a bunch of other things. But the one thing they can't find is the stamp. Like the box for it is. They find the box, but not the stamp inside. Um, so they get yelled at. They're like, "How could you do this? Oh my God, you guys got caught stealing this stuff. This is a terrible thing." And they get yelled at, and the two guys are like, "Oh, we gotta figure out how this is." And this is where Kazuma runs in with that one guy. I don't know his name, but he was a mean bastard who was killed before.
uh,
I don't know his name. They don't introduce his name, but
my favorite character.
he's a mean bastard.
Uh, I just that's also I like that whole interaction of just basically they bump into each other and he's like, "What the fuck's your problem?" And that's it.
Yeah, he just like he bumps into him, and then Kazuma's like, "Hey, could be polite about it?" And he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And they're in the boss's like tower, or not tower, but uh, um, building, and they're like, "Oh, you can't do anything here," blah blah blah. And
For those that have played the games, I won't say his actual name, but haven't watched the show. It's the Mad Dog Shimano. That's his like nickname.
oh, okay, cool. Um, let's see. Um, what happens next? Oh, then they're they're trying to they're that's when they go to this club, and uh, they're trying to follow the American around, like he was being distracted or whatever, and he comes in and they, um, after they steal the thing and they can't find the stamp, they, the three guys, they go to the bathroom and they're looking for this American and he's dead in the bathroom and they start puking, and the super nice guy that was nice to them, um, gets
Gets accused of killing him.
he goes to jail, um, for killing him, and the two guys, or Kazuma and what's the other guy's name? Nishiki. They're like, oh crap, they might be coming for us next, and the police come and question them, but they deny everything, which of course you would do, and then they're like, we gotta find this stamp in order to make the boss happy, and they wanna be the ones to find it, and they get a clue from the younger girl. Forget her name. Not Miho. Is that it?
Yeah, Miho.
Yeah, and like Miho was recovering from getting drunk at the brothel because a customer wanted her to drink, and she kept drinking and drinking.
It's not a brothel; it's a hostess club.
Hostess club. That's what it was. And
brothel is what they were essentially going to go to until they kind of brokered the deal. Until Kiryu won the fight.
Oh, okay, got it.
Serena is like a high-end hostess club.
Oh, cool. Anyways, so that happened, and they get a clue that she hears her foster dad, or the orphanage dad, on the phone talking about this, white woman or whatever, and she overhears some things in Japanese, some things in American, and not Nichiki, what's his name? The guy with that. Niho, what's his name? Kazuma, and who's the other guy?
Nishiki.
Oh, I said it right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That never happens. Nishiki, and they're like, oh, we gotta go to Canada, and I thought that meant like literally Canada, but apparently Canada is a hotel. Hotel Canada. Canada with a K.
You can also call him Akira, but he's better known as Nishiki.
Okay.
Because Akira is his first name.
So that's the end of that episode, and then episode 3 is focused on them following this white woman, and
is essentially the American from second episode's sister.
Yep, the American's sister, who died, and basically, it still goes back between 2005 and 1995, but
this one, the third episode, mainly takes place in 1995. And for the most part.
Yeah, but it's 1995, and they're following they know what hotel she's in, and so they call the place, don't get an answer, and they're just scouting it out, and they see these two other guys. One of the guys is that Mad Dog guy, and they're like, oh crap, this definitely confirms that this is the place, and they try to find her, and she escapes, and they recognize her escaping, so they start chasing after her, and then the Mad Dog and his partner start chasing after her. They make it into this big plaza where this pageant is happening, and she pulls a gun out on them, and she shoots her gun, and the crowd gets scared. There's some police officers out there.
She shoots one of the hosts of the pageant.
Yeah, so he gets shot, and then this Mad Dog starts pulling out his gun, and someone's like, hey, put your gun away. Instead of just like cowering, he just turns to him and just shoots him, or at him. And so oh no, they changed their tune. They're like, oh no, we're not going after you. Yeah, well, no, we're trying to help you. Get away from this guy. And so they're able to make it into this warehouse area, I guess. And him and Kazuma and Mad Dog fight each other, and it's a really good scene. Them just going at it and seeing how crazy this Mad Dog guy is. This Nichiki pulls out a gun on him, and he just turns to him and says, "Oh, pull the trigger, do it, do it, do it, pull the trigger. I dare you. What are you doing? You're shaking. You're not gonna pull the trigger. Come on, pull the trigger." Um, and he gets knocked out, and then one of the police officers comes and says, "Oh, we have you surrounded," which was actually a huge lie. And um, the woman, the sister, she got shot in the leg, so she can't. She's bleeding out, and the Katsuma and Nichiki, they run away, and this crooked police officer, uh, you know, cuffs her and is like, "Oh, you're gonna do whatever I tell you to do," blah blah blah, and he steals the stamp from her, um, and he brings it to the boss, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna call you the what is it called?
The Florist of Sai.
Florist of Sai." That's it. And back in 2005, Kazuma uh, comes back and he has sake with Nichiki and the
Yumi.
older, yeah, the older,
Older of the two girls of their four man group.
yeah, um, they're all there, and they're trying to figure out who attacked her sister. And this is when Kazuma comes back and he's like, "Oh, I found your niece," kind of thing. And they're trying to interrogate the 6-year-old, and that doesn't go very well. Um, but they have to go after this florist guy, Florist of Sai, and they find him, and he has like cameras all over the city, and he's like basically spies on people, and he makes money off of that because he's a scumbag.
And he blackmails people. And
Yeah, and they want, in order for him to help them, he wants Kazuma to fight in the arena again, and uh, then he reluctantly agrees so they can find uh, this their friend, or not their the girl's older sister,
I go.
Aiko. And then it cuts to the end of the episode where this like guy's drunk, and he walks, or no, he got abandoned or whatever. I think this was just after the
Yep.
robbery. He got abandoned, and he finds a bar, and he's like talking. He's like, "Oh, I'm a huge thief. Oh, they call me Indy. You don't want to know why they call me Indy?" And then he gets like his head bashed in by some Omi guy, and that's the end of the episode. Um,
There's a few things
I probably missed something, but whatever.
that I can go into one of the biggest things because it's probably one of my favorite scenes of the episode. Because after the whole shooting in the square and Majima getting, or the Mad Dog getting his head, or getting knocked out, um, it shows him going to his clan and getting punished for what he did.
Oh, that's right. That scene. The boss comes is like, it's okay. It's okay that you failed. Just kidding. And he takes a knife and puts it in his eye, and now
And
he can.
twists and pulls it out.
Yep, and now he can see half as good.
Which that
But
is a trademark of the Mad Dog
sorry.
Shimano is his iPad. Or missing eye.
Yeah. Um.
And because that was the creation of his character in my eyes. That's why it was one of my favorite scenes.
Wow.
But one of my gripes, because this was also gripe of episode 2, because er, I know this was their own creation. Um, they introduced Taiga Seijima in 1995 when he's supposed to not be there. He's the Mad Dog's partner or brother that's with him.
Oh, it's his brother?
Yeah.
His literal brother?
No.
Oh.
Like blood brother. Yakuza brother.
Got it. Didn't they say he died?
Yeah, and that's another gripe, if that's true. Because he's not supposed to be. He's essentially supposed to be in jail at this point in the games. Not. Because that's a part of his whole story.
Okay. We had like 3 people watching. Now it's just at 1.
We at max we've had 5.
We have 5?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was watching.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so I suppose some of the characters were good. Um, the dubbing's horrible. This
Yeah, don't watch the dub.
Like the story, like the characters are good, but when they're talking about like different people and stuff, like the thing with the 2 girls, it's very 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 confusing.
There's one other scene we forgot. Back in 1995, Yumi and Miho travel to try to find Yumi's sister.
Oh, right.
Because they get
a
tip that somebody saw her. And they go to a bar with a very sleazy cowboy. Make believe cowboy.
Yeah, and he's like, give me 50,000 yen. Oh, did I say 50,000? I meant 100,000. And then they're like, oh yeah, here's your sister, and they show them a 60-year-old. It's the same person with the same name. Oh, my name's Aka. I'm your sister. Yes, that's it.
They then leave, but then it turns out her sister is actually the bartender.
Yeah, and she was just like, oh, my sister grew up a little bit. That's nice. So, yeah, like I never played the games, so probably people aren't watching because it's also 12:30 at night. They're probably like,
let's wrap it up.
Yeah. All right, so I gave it the first 3 episodes. Like some of the scenes were good, but it was also very confusing. So it's just average, I guess. It's just 3 out of 5 for me. These episodes.
I liked it. Like there's still some gripes.
Not enough fighting.
Yes, and not enough avant-garde fighting.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
I don't even know if that's the correct term, but in the Yakuza games, you can pick up anything to use it as a weapon. Like a potted plant, a motorcycle.
Like a Jackie Chan kind of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, he attacked us with windshield wipers. With what? They were deadly. Oh god.
And I'd like to see like one heat action. I think that like where he just even very briefly glows blue and just does some miraculous knockout against the person, just like a heat action from the games.
Mm.
But
okay. Well, we'll end this episode here.
please let us know your opinion. We tried shorting it. I honestly think if we hadn't tried the new format, we'd still be going for another half hour.
I think
at least.
I think we were. I went into like the story of like going.
Yep.
You know, I tried to shorten that up, but I was just like, well, this is important. Well, then this is important too. So
But we're
we
trying.
need to make it like a shorter version of that.
We're trying to shorten it so they aren't 2 hour long episodes. But I think it also was this long just because we did 3 episodes.
Yeah, they're like 40-minute episodes, so.
Because if we did like this very format with just one episode, it probably would have been like 15 minutes.
Wait, yeah.
So this format does work, in my opinion.
It's better.
Yeah.
And we'll keep tweaking it.
Let us know your opinion, because we're trying to make it shorter, so more appealing.
We got 2 likes. One was me.
And one of them wasn't me this time.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure if we're gonna do a movie review this week, because we have plans. We might do it from friend's house or not. Join us Tuesday for our Basement Dwellers podcast. Wednesday for hopefully Pokemon D&D. We'll be doing that a lot earlier in the day.
You're able to do posts on YouTube, right?
I don't know.
Because you can put a post to be like, hey, this is our schedule.
And then
Wednesday.
Thursday we will do the second season of Skypia for One Piece and episode 4 of Yakuza. That's our current schedule for the next 7 days.
Wow, we did it. Alright, cool, we'll end it here. Alright.
Like, subscribe, comment.
No, what he means is unlike and unsubscribe to get under 10,000.
He agreed that if we get 40,000 subscribers, we'll watch Twilight.
Oh,
just the first one.
Why do I say things?
And at 50,000, we'll watch all 5.
Oh, God, it's even worse.
You did agree.
Well,
if you want proof, watch our review from last night, like the last 10 minutes.
Nobody's gonna do that because we got nobody watching.
There's one other person.
Oh, crap. Forget everything we said. Stop watching us.
And also, if you've watched the first 3 episodes, comment your thoughts.
Did you like them? Did you hate them? Did you want to kiss Mad Dog like everyone here?
And did you want to hear Kiryu-chan? He still doesn't know what that means.
Know what that is. And other person who's watching this, hopefully you don't know what that means either, or maybe you do, and you can laugh at me. I don't care. I'll just look at you with a very confused glare.
Have a good weekend. We'll see you possibly Sunday or Tuesday.
Cool. Bye.